Safety is not a spectator sport. It's something that everyone has to be involved in, from the ground workers right up to management with regards to getting things right on site, from preventing accidents and saving lives.
You can't be everywhere at any one time, you know, so it's always handy to have a second person there to be the eyes and ears on the site.
I took the job as site safety rep. I've seen an awful lot of accidents in the industry, and I wanted to be able to do something personally about it. If I could just save one life, I feel like I've done something important.
The Site Safety Representative is a means of raising any concerns workers may have with site safety, of which management may not be aware of. Construction management are professional in every way. They want to hear workers' concerns about health and safety and welcome workers' initiatives, including any concerns raised by the safety representative on site. The Site Safety Representative is a way in which workers can alert management of their concerns.
Basically, I'm here as a worker representing the lads that are working round about the site with me. If there is a problem on site, some lad comes to me, they consult with me over what the problem is or what they think is wrong, and in return then I would go and consult with whoever's in charge in the management, you know, trying to get the thing resolved.
The benefit for management of having a site safety rep is that it's somebody out on site who the men can go and talk to address any of their safety concerns, and this person can then come independently to me and raise those issues with me so that they can be addressed fully on site.
The role of the site safety rep on construction projects is particularly important, particularly on projects where there are more than 20 people on the site. And it's a representative of the workers to work with management and to make every effort to improve safety on a project.
It may be a small project, house building, domestic work, or it could be a very large project like the one that we're working here at the moment. It's very important to have a safety rep on site. They are eyes and ears for the management out on site. They consult with the management on site, and they are the ones experienced in doing their jobs and know the day-to-day risks of the work they're carrying out.
Managers need to listen to workers' concerns on health and safety. They need to formally communicate site safety plans and methods to workers. This may be done with site inductions, regular health and safety meetings, and Toolbox Talks. A Toolbox Talk is a good way to inform workers about the role of the site safety representative when seeking volunteers. In Toolbox Talks, workers should be encouraged to participate with suggestions of how we can make the site a safer site.
Senan on behalf of King's Cross Development has invited me in here today to do a Toolbox Talk with you, to explain to you what the site safety rep role is all about. And hopefully at the end of my brief talk, I might be lucky enough to have someone volunteer for this role on sites.
Managers should ask if anyone wants to volunteer for the role of site safety representative. If 2 candidates volunteer, they may need to have an election.
Dave, Peter, thanks very much for volunteering. Because there's 2 people that have volunteered for a safety rep role, we normally organise an election.
The Construction Safety Partnership was established through the efforts of the social partners, represented by CIF and Congress of Trade Unions, helped by the Department of Enterprise, Trade and Employment, by the Health and Safety Authority, by FOSS, by the Department of the Environment and Local Government, as well as representatives of the architecture and the engineering professions, and not forgetting the Government Contracts Committee.
Well, the Irish Congress of Trade Unions have always argued that a crucial element of making construction sites a safe place to work was to directly involve the workforce in the planning and the implementation of their own safety.
The objective behind the CSP was one simple objective: to make building sites safer places in which to work. And through the mechanism of consultation, by having a safety site representative in every building site of 20 or more workers permanently, we hope this can be achieved.
Managers should realise that it's not necessarily an adversarial role that is there, and they should realise and work closely with the people who do the work. And the people who do the work often see the safety problems first. The bottom line of that is that they prevent accidents. And for companies and business, less accidents, less claims, better safety is what we are all trying to achieve.
The site safety representative role began as a voluntary initiative. It has since been underpinned by legislation, so that every site of 20 or more workers permanently have got to have a site safety representative.
Here to conduct the election for the site safety representative today. Two lads have put their names forward. One is Peter Morris from Kingscroft, and he's a general operative, and the other one is David Ryan, also from Kingscroft, and he's an electrician.
Workers can contribute to further safety improvements by having one of the site workers as a site safety representative. By selecting a representative, workers can help management create a safer and efficient system for all.
And what we're asking you to do is put an X in the box of your choice for the person that you want to elect as a site safety representative. Then what we'd ask you to do is, when you put your X in, if you could actually just fold it over
Any
like
person
that,
on the site, irrespective of their different employer, may volunteer for the role of the site safety representative.
Every worker on site has a right to have a say in who's going to be their safety representative, and the best way for them to have that say is to actually have an election.
There is a procedure to follow in the selection of the site safety representative, outlined in the construction regulations. Management must consult workers in the selection. Management must seek volunteers for the role. If two candidates volunteer, they may need to have an election. If there is only one volunteer, then they become the site safety representative automatically. If no one volunteers, management can appoint one provisionally without consulting employees further. The provisional appointment can be changed by employees if 50% of the site workers on the site at the time agree to a change.
If the two lads that are going for site safety representative want to come up, we'll let you know who's the site safety representative.
If the site safety representative moves to a new site, they are not automatically the site safety representative there. They can re-volunteer, but the selection process must occur at each new site.
7 votes for Peter. So I deem Peter to be the site safety representative. Congratulations.
The project supervisor construction stage may facilitate the selection process at any time after the site starts. However, once site numbers reach 20 workers, the selection process must be organised. It is more effective if the site safety representative is selected by the workers. Workers are more likely to talk to a fellow worker they have chosen, and thus increase worker involvement in health and safety.
If you have a problem and you can't go to management with it, make sure the issue is highlighted and bring it to Peter's attention. Peter will bring it to the manager's attention on site, and the manager will do his best to try and get things sorted out for you. Okay? So thank you and good luck.
Nobody wants to make a big issue of anything really if they can help it. They want the thing fixed, they want it safer, but they don't want to be the one that's going crying about this, that or the other. They'd rather approach me one-to-one and get the thing sorted out amicably instead, you know.
Not everyone on the site will feel comfortable coming to a site management, so it's always handy to have a lad on the site who they feel that they can talk to.
I think we're the eyes and ears of the site because we've been around a long time, so we know what things should be and we know how they should be, and it's up to us to report them to management and get them to react on them. I'd meet with the lads, and the lads would come to me if they see anything wrong. They might be afraid to go to management, but they'd always go to the safety rep because I'm one of their own.
The role of the site safety representative is, for example, to point out there is a danger, to provide the management with information they may not be aware of. It is not the role of the site safety representative to fix the problem or decide what is to be done.
We're missing a handrail from here also.
No problem. What do you call it? I'll talk to management up there. Talk to Senan, alright? Senan was down in 102 there.
Yeah.
The staircase handrail is off.
Right.
So that's all I've seen.
That's all you've seen, is it?
That's it.
Oh, that's grand. I'll send Patrick down there straight away.
Good enough.
Alright, thanks.
If there's a problem there, I report the problem to the lads in the office, the management. They then sort it out themselves to go down and fix it up, you know.
If a site safety rep came to me with a concern, I would sit down with them and discuss it and outline the best way of dealing with this concern or problem.
When you get a chance, there's a handrail in 102 needs to be fitted. Could you do that for me as soon as possible, can you?
I'll go and do it now.
Alright, thanks.
All right.
The site safety representative requirement does not replace the need for competent safety officers required under the legislation.
It's very important to remember that the safety representative is not the safety manager, the safety officer, or the safety advisor. Those people exist on site with the responsibility to manage safety. It isn't the safety representative's responsibility to manage safety. It's the safety representative's responsibility to communicate any concerns that workers have in relation to possible safety lapses to management.
New workers to a site must be informed of the site safety representative. It is recommended that the representative attend inductions, introduce themselves, and explain their role to new workers.
Any problems at all, just shout there, you know.
Well, safety starts from the moment you come in the gate. We meet everybody who is inducted on the site each morning, is given a tour of the site with regards to facilities. This is all part of the job. It's very important that this is done first day so that everyone is aware of where everything is.
On safety, health and welfare issues, the site safety representative has the following rights: the right to information, the right to make representations, the right to carry out regular inspections, how often is decided on agreement with site management, the right to make an investigation on notifying management, the right to liaise with the Health and Safety Authority.
Hi, Peter.
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. I'm going to do this inspection.
Yeah, no problem. I'll see it.
The site safety representative must be given time to talk to workers and to make an inspection. Sometimes joint inspections with management may be carried out.
The site safety rep would go around site for an hour once a week and just basically have a general chat with the lads. He would also he's on site all the time. He would be available then for anybody to come to him and raise any concerns that they'd have during the week.
We'd sit down after the tour with all the things that we've seen, and we'd highlight to the management, and then we'd do a report and we'd send it to the management to be acted upon. It's like an audit of what's going on, really.
When visiting a construction site, the Health and Safety Authority actively seek out the site safety representative. If the HSA inspector arrives on site, the site safety representative must be told the inspector is there and allowed to accompany them on tour unless the HSA are there for accident and investigation purposes. In addition to enforcing health and safety legislation, another HSA remit includes providing information and advice to employers and employees. During a HSA visit, the site safety representative may liaise with the HSA inspector and gain insights which could further improve health and safety standards on a construction site. The site safety representative may investigate dangers reported to them by workers. It is in management's best interest to treat all representations from the site safety representative seriously and to act accordingly. Management need to give feedback to employees.
Workers on a day-to-day basis come to us with issues and ideas on making this a safer site. Consultation with the workers is very beneficial for us.
Well, site safety is everybody's responsibility. I've one set of eyes. The guys on site all go around as well, and I can't see everything on site. So it really reinforces that we're all in it together and that we can address the site safety concerns best when everybody is pulling their weight.
The project supervisor construction stage must make site workers aware of the selection process and record the name of the site safety representative once selected. Management must introduce the site safety representative to all site workers and enable the site safety representative to acquire the knowledge necessary without loss of remuneration. Management must ensure the site safety rep attends the relevant training course. Best practice guidelines indicate a minimum of 3 days training relevant to the construction role. Management must ensure the rep is allowed to carry out their role without loss of remuneration and without disadvantage.
It's important for management to have dialogue with the workers. They see the problems and the potential conflicts and accidents much more readily because they are at the position of work. When you're walking by or you're supervising an area, you might not actually see where these problems are.
Well, the role of site safety rep for me is very enjoyable, it's very fulfilling. You get a lot of pleasure out of seeing things that have been highlighted to you with regards to health and safety issues on site and that they're acted upon and things are made right. It just makes the work environment a whole lot safer place, a whole lot easier place to work in.
the employees feel that they can speak to one of their own as the safety rep because they're the person that they've actually elected on their behalf.
The safety representative has a crucial role in reminding even a good management what their responsibilities are in relation to safety. A good safety representative can keep a good management good and can actually improve the standard of a poor management.
Being a safety rep, I suppose you're seeing around the site a bit. You're seeing different fellas you wouldn't normally talk to. You're seeing different jobs. You're getting a chance to get out and about.
I find now we're all walking on the same side. We're all trying to cut down injuries. At the end of the day, we all want to go home safe.
Okay, how's it going?
How was work?
Oh, it's all right, you know.
The Safety Representative Facilitation Project is supported by the Department of Enterprise, Trade and Employment, the HSA and FÁS through the Construction Safety Partnership. Help is available at every stage from the Construction Industry Federation and the Irish Congress of Trade Unions. Through the SRFP, construction sites can access assistance and advice on the development of the role and function of the Site Safety Representative. Services are available to help with the selection process and later as backup service for both management and workers.